What is up, guys? It is Rising Random here, and yes, I have to remember my name quickly. So, this is a new channel, obviously, but I have a different channel. My main channel called Rising this. That's why this channel is called Rising Random. Is so I can just make random what is. Honestly, this one Dragon Ball, but some probably be My Hero. Naruto might get thrown in there sometimes. But if you do like to see my Naruto videos, I have a whole separate channel for that. So, let's get right into this. What if Goku was a vampire? So, how Goku becomes a vampire is there's a race in Dragon Ball. This is a completely new race. It's called an X-Pyre. Honestly, very similar to a vampire. They have all the same abilities, but if you watch Hellsing Ultimate, which is, right here, Alucard is there. When vampires completely suck the blood out of humans, they don't turn those humans into vampires, they turn them into ghouls. Basically just meaning they're husk of the forming humans that's super strong like vampires, but then under the vampires every command. And that's the same way in X-Pyre. Whenever a human is bitten by the X-Pyre, which is I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word because stutter goes a little too hard. But they are very slime-like. But they do have teeth, and whenever they stick it into there, they turn them into basically ghouls with the task of reproducing. So when those ghouls bite other same species or different species in Dragon Ball, they will also turn themselves into ghouls. But it's pretty easy to tell when it's a ghoul because their teeth sticks out to very long, and they walk very like how a drunk person would. Like they sway around a lot because a lot of their senses and focuses gets destroyed along with becoming a ghoul. So since Frieza controls the universe at the time, X-Pyres are really, really, really rare. Anytime Frieza catches even a whim of X-Pyre, that whole planet is gone. So, people start hiding the fact that they have X-Pyres and quickly killing the X-Pyres. So, it's no way X-Pyres are becoming rapidly available. But somehow, some way, Raditz finds his hands on an X-Pyre. And he basically used the X-Pyre since he's the weakest of the group. He has this X-Pyre to when he goes to Goku, just in case Goku don't want to follow him and, usurp Nappa and Vegeta from the thrones, and then eventually Frieza. He's gonna make the X-Pyre infect Goku. It's more like a mutualism type of deal with because Raditz gets to be able to king of the universe, and the X-Pyre gets to reproduce because when Goku's a ghoul, even though he's going to be super strong and he's going to be under the command of Raditz, he's also under the command of the X-Pyre. And since Goku's constantly going to be fighting with that super regeneration ability that vampires are famous for, he gets Zenkai's, and eventually he'll just start dominating foes and reproducing, just biting them, creating more ghouls, basically. After all that happens, that's just the explanation. So Raditz goes on to Earth. Everything goes the same. Goku says, no, I don't feel like joining you, because Raditz came in super aggressive. He actually came in more aggressive this time, more condescending. So Goku's super like, no, I'm not joining you, no matter what you say. I'm not joining you. And he kidnaps Gohan. Piccolo and Goku go to save him, and everything goes the same right up to the point where Piccolo is charging them and saying, instead of trying to struggle, he just says, X-Pyre, plan B is a go. And the X-Pyre immediately jumps out of this little container from the ship and tries to basically bite Goku. But in order to bite Goku, because the skin around Goku is a little too tough. X-Pyre's fangs are pretty weak and brittle. So they actually have to go inside of a human. So of whatever species they are. So he goes inside and bites the innards of Goku's neck and starts releasing his toxin. And but Goku immediately fires a blast inside of his own mouth. Yeah, it sounds gross. and kills the X-Fire. It released enough toxins to make Goku expire, because the toxins for it to become expire and to destroy the central, well, not central, but the nervous system a little bit to make it under his control. It's the same toxin, but it only releases enough to make Goku expire. Full breed but of expire, like I was saying. And so Goku falls to the ground. He's pretty much completely gone. They think that the expire released enough that it was like that in between point where it just completely cuts off the central nervous system. So they think basically Goku is dead right now. And since Goku is no longer holding, Raditz jumps out the way of the Masenko, punches Piccolo, and the more sadistic side of Raditz gets to get in play here. He just starts beating on Piccolo. He's not killing him, but he's beating on him. And after about 30 minutes of this, he says, F5 might fail. That was a good attempt you and my brother made, but I kill both of you now. And right as he's about to just release a key blast, not something too big, Goku goes behind him, grabs his neck, and slams him to the ground. And Goku says, "Who do you think you are, Raditz? You are a weakling." And Raditz says, "I'm far stronger than you. That was just a lucky shot." And he goes to go attack Goku, but Goku stabs him in his stomach, fully piercing him. He says, "Stronger than me could never be." And he basically takes Raditz's heart out with his other hand, because he's trying to keep he's not trying to let too much blood escape. So he goes into Raditz's body basically and squashes his heart, pretty much instantly killing Raditz. And then afterwards, he drinks the blood like a true Expire would. But don't mind that car in the background. But he drinks Raditz's blood, and after having the first taste of blood, he calms down and goes back to his normal self. And he's absolutely disgusted that he would ever do something like that. He's not discussing the fact that he killed Raditz himself. He doesn't actually care all that much. But he's basically just like, I don't want to do that. That was too sadistic. He's genuinely disgusted with himself. So subconsciously, he suppresses the Expire power. So everything after this, he still has regeneration, per se. Like, he still has regeneration. It's quicker than a normal human, normal Saiyans, but it's not Expire stats, so he's suppressing it. So literally everything goes the same, besides Goku doesn't have Kaioken. He never died. So he actually trained even more to scale up to what basically is Vegeta. And it's actually they actually got really lucky that Gohan still had his cell, because when Vegeta went, full Osaru mode, I should say. Do not mind the amount of stuttering I'm doing. But when Vegeta went full Osaru mode, Gohan immediately did it. Gohan at this point is also stronger because he saw his dad training. He trained with his dad and Piccolo, so he's a little bit stronger. It's nothing too insane, just like 100 more on the power level. It's nothing too insane, but it's just enough to put up a fight against the weakened Vegeta. And everything goes the same. I can't even remember his name. The fat guy that's with Corin. Tell me his name in the comments. I'll probably figure it out in a second, though. He cuts off his tail, and obviously, since he cut off his tail, Gohan's actually way stronger than Vegeta, and he starts stomping out Vegeta. But Krillin cuts off Gohan's tail. Everything goes to normal after this. Goku heals, he gets that massive increase. Everything goes the same. He's super hurt, unlike the other people, so he has to stay back for a little bit. So everything goes the same. Now, the only time that is different is that when Goku goes Super Saiyan, he awakens his X-Power powers on top of Super Saiyan. So they think because it changes Goku. Like, it changes Goku's Super Saiyan form. Instead of having the yellow aura with yellow hair, turquoise eyes, he gets, his hair is still at point, but it's black. Well, it has traces of yellow in it. Like, there's strands of yellow that you can still see. One eye, and his aura is now a darkish yellow. It's basically mixing with his X-Fire. X-Fire aura is completely black. Everything is mixing with Super Saiyan. So one eye is turquoise, the other eye is completely red. And his hair is still at a super straight point. But basically, I would say around this point, instead of being a 50 times multiplier, it would be 100 times multiplier. Because X power itself is just a 2 times multiplier. Because, being 2 times stronger in everything compared to like the strongest of your race is, a pretty good amount. So honestly, Goku starts just absolutely dominating Frieza. Frieza literally can't get hidden. It's not even a contest. And Frieza, gets upset, tries to blow up the planet. But, Goku gets kind of cocky and says, "Oh, I'll let it hit me." And he lets it hit him. After it hits the planet and him, he comes out, he's a little bit burnt. His clothes is all, like, chest part of his clothes is burnt up. Some parts of his leg is burned up. A little bit of his boot is burnt up. But he himself is really, really burnt. And then he regenerates pretty much in a second like that. And Frieza's like, "What are you?" And Goku says, he pretty much appears right in front of Frieza and towers over him and says, "I'm an X-Fire Saiyan." And he flings, because Raditz eventually, like, Vegeta explained what X-Fire was to him, so he know what he is. So he slaps down Frieza to basically Namek and says, "Well, I'm tired of this." And he gets a giant ball. He doesn't do a spirit bomb, but it's a giant ball of just black energy, and he throws it down. Pretty similar to how Cooler throws down a supernova, and also how Frieza throws down a supernova. And he throws it down. It kills Frieza, and it blows up the planet. Frieza, right now, it's around the same way how he got killed in the original, but pretty more badly. Like, more parts of his body is destroyed, let's just say that. Pretty much the only thing that survived is a little bit of his shoulder, a little bit of his neck, and some part of his face. It's enough to survive, apparently. But, now it's more, the operation has to put more android parts into him. Goku starts traveling to Earth on the spaceship. And, because it's the blast, he stopped the blast from killing the planet, but it's heavily injured already. So he starts, like, running around the planet trying to find a ship. Because if the planet is exploded, he will definitely die. Every part of his being will be destroyed. There's no regenerating from that. So he pretty much just goes immediately over to a spaceship, and it frees the spaceship. Doesn't work, of course. He goes over to, when the Guinea forces, it works, he goes to Yadrat. And when he's on his way back Earth, everything goes the same. But when Trunks sees Goku's Super Saiyan form, he says, this isn't the Super Saiyan form. He says, this is a Super Saiyan form. Well, he's still in Super Saiyan, but he activates more of the power. So you see the golden hair, instead of just splashes of golden. And I have only a turquoise eyes, and yours have a black and turquoise, red and turquoise eye. It says, "Oh yeah, Goku says that is kind of weird." But other than that, I will be leaving off the video here. Like and subscribe. Let's try and get this channel, out there. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day as always. Well, have a great day. And share this video with friends, family, people who like anime content. And other than that, of course, there's no Lego for this video, because brand new channel, brand spanking new. Other than that, though, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.